Here's something that shocked me. Studies show we spend 70 to 80% of our waking hours communicating, yet most people rank public speaking as their number one fear, even above death. Isn't that fascinating?
Well, that's quite the paradox. What makes confident speaking such a challenge when we communicate so frequently?
I've been diving deep into this, and it turns out confident speaking is like a muscle we can strengthen. The first key principle is actually counterintuitive. It's about mastering silence. Research shows that top speakers use strategic pauses up to 20% of their speaking time.
Hmm, that reminds me of how Martin Luther King Jr. used those powerful pauses in his speeches. How do people actually develop this skill?
Well, it starts with preparation principle number two. Studies show that for every minute of speaking time, confident presenters spend about 8 minutes preparing. But here's what's interesting, they're not just memorizing content, they're internalizing it so deeply that delivery becomes second nature.
That level of preparation must really impact body language too, right?
Exactly. That's principle three, body language mastery. The fascinating thing is that research from UCLA showed that 55% of our message comes from body language, 38% from tone of voice, and only 7% from the actual words. I've been practicing this technique called power posing before important talks, standing like Wonder Woman for 2 minutes.
Oh, wow, and does that actually work?
Studies show it can increase testosterone by 20% and decrease cortisol by 25%. But here's where principle four comes in: vocal variety. Think about it like conducting an orchestra with your voice. The most engaging speakers use at least 5 different pitch patterns in their delivery.
That's such a powerful metaphor. Though I imagine it takes time to develop that kind of range.
Well, here's what's encouraging. Principle five shows that authentic storytelling actually helps develop that range naturally. When we're telling stories we care about, our vocal variety tends to improve automatically. Studies show listeners retain up to 70% more information when it's presented in story form.
So it's really about finding that sweet spot between technique and authenticity?
Exactly right. Principle six focuses on knowing your audience like really knowing them. The most effective speakers spend up to 40% of their preparation time researching their audience. And Principle 7 builds on this, embracing mistakes as learning opportunities.
That must require quite a mindset shift for most people.
Absolutely. Research shows that people who view mistakes as learning opportunities are 23% more likely to improve their speaking skills, which leads us to Principle 8, practicing without pursuing perfection. Studies indicate that recording yourself speaking and reviewing it can improve delivery by up to 30%.
And what about managing those physical symptoms of anxiety?
That's where Principle 9 comes in: breath control. Professional speakers use a technique called box breathing. 4 counts in, hold for 4, 4 counts out. It's been shown to reduce speaking anxiety by up to 40%. And finally, Principle 10 emphasizes authenticity. Studies show audiences rate speakers who show genuine emotion as 38% more trustworthy.
Looking at all these principles together, what's the biggest takeaway?
Well, the most surprising finding is that confident speaking isn't about natural talent, it's about consistent practice. Research shows that with deliberate practice, most people can significantly improve their speaking confidence in just 12 weeks. It's like learning to play an instrument. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
That's really encouraging for anyone looking to improve their speaking skills.
You know what's even more encouraging? Studies show that improving speaking confidence has a ripple effect. It can boost career advancement by up to 30%, improve relationship satisfaction by 25%, and even increase overall life satisfaction by 20%.
Those are some powerful statistics. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Remember this: every confident speaker you admire started somewhere. The research shows that the gap between where you are and where you want to be is simply a matter of practice, patience, and implementing these evidence-based principles one step at a time.